To master active track on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, we're going to take a much closer look at all the options, how to use them, when to use them, and how to get the most out of them. And later on, we're going to show you 2 hidden features to select your target much faster and how to make your moves more cinematic. To start active track, we need to select our subject on the screen. So we've drawn a box around it, it's recognised me as a human. Now, because I've got this beautiful scenery behind me and I'm going to be moving in this direction, I wanted to select parallel, so it stays parallel to me. So I click active track, click parallel, and click go. And you'll notice as I walk along, it's going to track me. It's just following along, keep this nice scenery in the background. So the main thing to note in this mode, there's no sidewards obstacle avoidance, so you need to be very careful of that. We now want the drone to follow us from behind as we cycle through between these willow trees, and we're going to see how well the obstacle avoidance does. But what will happen now is I'll select myself on the screen, click trace, and the drone will drop round behind me and follow me from behind. So let's just select myself on the screen. And as you can see, it's coming behind me. And it will just hopefully drop down below these trees and follow me along in this beautiful path. And let the obstacle avoidance work, which I've got set to bypass. We're now going to use spotlight mode, so when I put the drone in the air, it's just going to be like a tripod, and as I move around, it'll just track me. Also, if I'm stationary and I fly the drone around, it will keep me right in the center. So it's a very easy way of getting nice, stable, cinematic shots. Right, so we've selected ourselves, so as we move, it will act as the tripod in the sky and keep me in frame. And now we've got ourselves selected and I'm in the center of the frame. I'm just going to fly the drone around. It'll just keep me in the frame. Now we're going to use point of interest. So when we select ourselves, we set the direction right or left, and the more we push round towards that arrow, the faster the speed will be, and it'll just do a complete circle around us until we stop the motion. So let's just give that a go. So as you can see, it's doing a complete circle around us at the set speed. And just note there's no obstacle avoidance because it's flying sideways. So we just need to bear that in mind. When we're done with the motion, we press stop. Now, with this, you can use the controls up and down and forwards and backwards movements, which can give us more cinematic maneuvers. So let's just do this again. We'll go the other direction a little bit slower. So as you can see, I've done the motion a little bit slower. It's moving around me, and I'm just going to move it slightly further away and bring it down. And we just get a nice reveal then of the background. Lastly, we've got a couple of hidden features that'll help you acquire your subject really fast and easily, and we can make these moves more cinematic. Let's go take a look where those are. To make the drone moves much smoother and more cinematic, we can adjust the flight modes to make these stick controls much smoother. So all we need to do, go to the three dots on the top right hand side and we go across to control. We come down to gain and Expo tuning, and then we click on Cine, and we're going to make the adjustments for the Cine mode. And I've moved those all down to the lowest setting, so it means all the controls will respond a lot slower and a lot more smoothly. And then we can put this into cinematic mode, so as we move around, the movements are going to be nice and gentle. We can use subject scanning, so the drone will assess everything in the frame and it will predict what it thinks you want to be tracking. It'll put a green box around it with a plus icon. We can click any of those plus buttons and it will use that to active track. To do that, we just go to the three buttons at the top. We go to control and we just drop down a couple of lines and it says subject scanning, and we click that on. Now your drone will need to be in the air when you do this. A windy day and a bit bumpy, but you can appreciate with these cinematic settings and these active track maneuvers, you can get some fantastic footage. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you enjoyed these videos and you want to know more about DJI drones, check out the playlist over here and show me a love, subscribe to the channel here, and I'll see you over there.